Hello, Jason.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I can't hear you for some reason, and I can't start my video. Is there any
Okay,
way to start my? It says unable to start video because the host has stopped it.
all right, let's see if we can get that. Um,
And is this a webinar or a meeting? This is a webinar, right?
yeah, it's a webinar.
Great,
Yeah,
great, great.
yeah. So let's see if I can sort that out for you. I
Or you
don't know
can turn
why.
my video on. You can try that. Like request my video to be turned on or something like that.
Yeah, it's not allowing me to do that for you though.
Wow, your settings are, that's not good. It's kind of a bummer. All right. You have no, how about if you go to participants?
Yeah, I'm
Hey
on
everyone, I think
participants.
I
Yeah,
think
there's
we're all,
load there. Yeah, there's loads of people in the room now as well.
hey everyone. I thought we had a green room turned on. Sorry about that. Wow. All right, we're just trying to get my camera on, but hello everyone. Chris Kyle here with Jason Osborne. We had thought we were in the green room, but you are all here. If you could just in the chat, just let us know if you can hear us okay. And Jason is trying to figure out how to turn on my camera. Otherwise, you'll just see my pretty pic there. So just hit the chat, folks, and just say if you can hear us okay, if my volume's coming through, and if you can hear Jason. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. You got a little tip for you for Zoom is that when you do a webinar, you can actually set up what they call a practice session, folks, and you can have a green room, and that means the panelists can come into the green room and talk before attendees. Jason didn't quite set that up, so we came in hot and live. So good to see you all here. Awesome. All right, Jason. So have you figured out how to get my video on? If not,
I can't. I don't see that there, Chris. So
all right. Well, good.
yeah.
At least you're on. At least you're there. Hopefully, most of you have seen my face and me on video at some point in the past. So welcome everyone to the LinkedIn training today with Jason Osborne. I kind of been calling it Leverage LinkedIn to Grow Your Business. Maybe you like that title, Jason. I kind of like that. So really excited to have you all here. We had a great turnout. A lot of people registered for this. So really excited. I know some of you are just rolling in. Again, my name is Chris Kyle and we're here with Jason. So hi, Jason. How you doing?
I am good, man. Doing very, very well. Looking forward to this and yeah, just deliver a lot of value to everyone that's joined the session today.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, I'm going to introduce Jason officially, and then he's going to take it away. And then as we come to the end of the presentation, I'll come back in and do a Q&A with Jason. And so just first of all, just to kind of feel who's in the room, there's a lot of you here. Just in the chat, just open your chat icon. Just where do you live, or where are you dialing in from? Maybe is a better one in this digital nomad world. So just go ahead and type that in, folks. I am now in Costa Rica. I normally am in San Francisco, California, but now in Costa Rica. And my partner and I, we are living in Costa Rica full time. And Jason has heard about that, but he didn't know that I'm here. So we're here, and we've got folks all over. I see who we got. So we got BC, Canada, South Carolina, I assume, Boca Raton, right on, North Carolina. Guillermo from Mexico. Hello, Guillermo. Just a little bit south of you here in Costa Rica. We got Lori in Arizona, Bristol. Okay, we have to have some UK folks. Jason is based in the UK, if you all didn't know that. And we've got Maryland, Brazil. Welcome, Richard from Brazil. And oh yeah, Pina from Israel. Hello. And we've got Ontario in Canada. Carolyn. Oh, that's right. Carolyn is here. She's in Ecuador, in Cuenca. Good to have you here. And Maryland and New York City and more. St. Louis, San Rafael, Norway. Awesome. Very international crowd here for you, Jason, all over the world. I only see two from the UK, so that's good. You got two that are coming in to you from the UK. And we also have somebody from South Africa. Awesome. So folks, I'm going to just do a quick intro to Jason and then let him take it away in the presentation. And I may jump in at some point too, Jason, if I have a question somewhere along the line. So Jason, we've known each other for over a year now. We met each other in a joint venture marketing mastermind program. So you all know that I encourage you to be looking at communities and groups so you can find various partners in the JV directory or other mastermind groups. So we met there. And Jason he's an amazing dude. He actually, you grew up in New York area, is that right, Jason?
Texas, actually, yeah.
Oh, Texas. And he moved to the UK. So he's based out of the UK, and Jason founded Impact for Leads. He's the CEO and founder of that organization, which is all about helping people just like you on this call to create effective marketing and LinkedIn lead generation strategies and programs. So super excited to have him here. He's also a podcast host and has been in many other online summits and things like that. So he's a great speaker for all things LinkedIn. And he's just got a great style and approach. It's very friendly and open, and just kind of straight to it. So I'm excited to have you here, Jason. Excited for this program about how to leverage LinkedIn to grow your business. So, and just on a personal note, we Jason and I have been looking at how do we. Like, I've been trying to get you to some climate that's warmer, Jason. So, I'm encouraging him to come visit me in Costa Rica. I know he's got some family commitments in the UK, but let's get you out of the kind of wet UK and into the tropics, at least for a vacation, Jason.
I tell you, I was going to say, a couple people, as you said, did say they're in the UK. It's actually decent weather recently, so it's all right. I can actually see blue sky, which is nice. But yeah, I love Costa Rica. I've been there once. I've been to Nicaragua. I've been to Bolivia, Mexico. So I love Central South America.
Yeah, well, you're invited to come here to Costa Rica, and so Jason, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Well, guys, thanks so much for having me today. I'm going to give you guys a lot of value today as we go through this. I'm going to just share my screen as well. While I'm doing that, though, I always love to get a little bit of an idea of where people are in terms of LinkedIn, what they're doing, and if you're using LinkedIn to generate leads. So what I'd like to know is just type into the chat if you are currently generating consistent leads on LinkedIn, just put yes or no. And when I say a lead, I mean someone who's actually wanting to speak to you, not a connection, because it's easy to get a connection, right? That doesn't necessarily mean they're leads. So people who are actually wanting to speak with you on LinkedIn. Okay, so loads and loads and loads of no's. I think, Chris, you're the only one that said yes so far. Someone says no, but they see the value in it. Fantastic. Hopefully you'll see even more value as we go through. Karina, you got a thumbs up, so I don't know if that means yes, but if you are, fantastic. Hopefully you'll still learn some stuff today as well. Cool. Yeah, because I still work with a lot of people, even though they're getting leads, because there's a lot of stuff you can do. Love to do it, someone says. Someone says just thinking about it. So, okay, lots of stuff. Great. So, guys, this is really common, okay, that I hear from people around LinkedIn. And I'm going to kind of share a little bit of my process as well, because I've been where you guys are wanting to use LinkedIn and just not getting the results from it as well. So what we're going to be doing today is how to generate consistent high quality leads on LinkedIn without being spammy or paying for ads. And by the way, feel free to ask questions as we go, but what I'm going to do, just to respect everyone's time, I'm going to go through the session today, and then I am going to I'll be happy to stay on for a bit longer and answer some questions and stuff like that as well. Okay, but that way it doesn't. I know some people might have some time restraints, and I also will be transparency. If you guys want to work with me and where I can work with you on getting the most out of LinkedIn, I will be sharing with you an opportunity towards the end of the session. All right. So let's jump right into this today, what we're going to actually be looking at on this training. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is why LinkedIn is the place to be. And this is a thing that I like to do, just to help frame why LinkedIn is such an incredible platform. And to understand this helps us move into other parts of this. So we're going to look at why LinkedIn is a phenomenal platform to be on and why it's so important for you to be on it as well. Next thing we're going to be looking at is the secret success of LinkedIn. When I realized this, it changed everything for me on LinkedIn. We're going to get into some of that today as well. And then number 3, we're going to be looking at why most people fail on LinkedIn and why you don't have to. Okay, so are you excited to get into this? Let's get into this today. Let me tell you a little bit more about myself, although I think we kind of covered most of it. I'm originally from Texas, moved to Ireland 17 years ago, and now in the UK. And these are my 3 kids. As a matter of fact, the little girl there, it's her birthday today. It's her birthday, which she's just turned 7, which is awesome. But I started my first business when I was 20. So I've been in business for a long time. And when I moved to Ireland, I wanted to start up an online business. It was really, this was almost 17 years ago. And the world of online business was very, very different back then. As a matter of fact, social media wasn't really a thing 17 years ago. I think there was MySpace, for any of you that remember that. But other than that, there wasn't like Facebook. Facebook was kind of just getting started. But like things like Twitter and Instagram and all, it wasn't even around. But over the last 17 years, I've been become a leader in the industry. And where this has kind of landed and where it started was 17 years ago, I trained up as a life coach because as Chris said earlier, I'm real big on impact. I like helping people. And I started off as a life coach, started marketing myself online, didn't have a clue what I was doing online to market myself. But within 18 months, I'd built up an email list of over 9,000 people. I was coaching people in 13 countries. So I built a worldwide business. And I was starting to get asked by other business owners, what are you doing? Like, how are you doing this stuff? So I was advised by my mentor at the time to transition my business into helping people market themselves online. And that's what I did. So I transitioned my business. I started helping people with their online marketing, and I've been doing that in one form or another ever since. And it's almost been 4 years ago now, I couldn't believe what I kept hearing about LinkedIn. And I just kept hearing things over and over and over again from people within the industry, online marketing industries, talking about how amazing LinkedIn was to generate leads and get business and all that. But I was pretty doubtful, right? Because I just thought it was a normal resume, CV type of social platform, website, like a lot of people think. And I was like, how in the world, like, do you have to hijack LinkedIn in some weird way to be able to generate leads? I just didn't get it, right? But I thought, well, this is really interesting. I want to learn it. So I dove in and started learning around LinkedIn, and I gave up. Okay. After about 2 months, I didn't get it. I didn't understand the platform. I was trying to work it the way that you would normally work Facebook and Instagram and things like that. And I wasn't getting any traction with it. And I got frustrated. But it became kind of a personal thing because I've been in the industry for a long time. I was like, you know what? I'm going to figure out this platform. I keep hearing all these amazing things about it. So I was like, look, I'm going to figure this out. And when I did, wow. Right. I was like, how in the world did I never figure this out before? This is such an incredible platform. And I started getting leads every single day that were coming in, really good, high quality leads with no website. Literally, guys, I didn't even have a website. Right. I was just using LinkedIn, no funnel software, no autoresponder, no webinars, nothing like that at all. Just using LinkedIn as the platform of itself to generate leads. And I couldn't believe why more and more people didn't know about this. And I remember, oh, well, I didn't know about it either. Right. So that's why I jumped into this part of online marketing, really helping people with LinkedIn, and it's been able to do some amazing things, not only generate really good high quality leads in business, but it's been able to position me to be asked to speak on podcasts and webinar and speaking events. So if that's something that you're looking to do more of, if you want to be seen kind of more of an influencer in your area, or just be able to be put in front of your target market by being put on podcasts and webinars and speaking events, LinkedIn is phenomenal for this. I've landed licensing agreements and I've become the LinkedIn trainer for many companies as well by them building relationships with me on LinkedIn. So there's so much opportunity on LinkedIn other than just I want to generate a lead, right? There's a lot more potential through this. And so now I get to help people just like yourselves on LinkedIn. So the training today, I want you to imagine this. Imagine if you were able to generate leads, high quality leads on LinkedIn, consistently on demand with an easy, simple process. All right, we're going to start going into some of that today. Could have your ideal clients wanting to speak to you. Right now, this is a key thing I want everyone to bear in mind around LinkedIn, and you may have even noticed this yourself. Okay, and as a matter of fact, I'll just ask this. You can put it in the chat. How many of you get spammed on LinkedIn practically every day or multiple times every day, right? People just sending you stuff all the time. As soon as you connect with someone, they send you some wrong written, salesy piece of whatever, trying to spam you, or even in the connection message, they're trying to, hey, this is what I do. Do you want to get on a call, right? Someone says yes, they hate it. Yeah, guys, I do too, right? But imagine you were able to flip that around and actually, by the way that you're doing things on LinkedIn, people want to speak with you, right? This is what you can do on LinkedIn. LinkedIn has actually built the platform for that, right? Where you're able to create business opportunities you didn't even know existed. Didn't have to worry about ads, autoresponders, funnels, all that sort of stuff, okay? Now, the reason why most people overlook LinkedIn is because they think it's just a resume type of platform, which I'm not surprised, because that's kind of what people think of. If you're looking for a job, you update your LinkedIn profile because you want recruiters to be able to see you and all that sort of stuff, or potential employers, right? When you're looking at it from a business perspective, you want to flip this on its head. And we're going to go into a little bit of that in some more detail in a second, okay? You'd be able to, the other reason is because people try to use it like Facebook and Instagram and get lost. And this is kind of where I fell into, and where a lot of people fall into as well, because they try to post content all the time, right? Do you post content on LinkedIn all the time and think, why aren't I getting leads and why aren't I getting traction? You have to do things differently on LinkedIn. You can't use it like Facebook and Instagram, okay? Other thing is, people think they have to be a big corporate. I was just speaking to someone this week and think, and they said to me, Jason, do I have to be a big corporate for LinkedIn to work? No, I work with a lot of solopreneurs, okay? I think this is phenomenal, whether you're a solopreneur or whether you're a corporate. Again, I just talked about content, or they've tried to use Sales Navigator. Someone that said they would be on the call on our training tonight, they were saying that they're frustrated with Sales Navigator, right? So I get that. So they go, oh, I've tried these things, it's just not working. Or they think it's hard. The reality is, things are hard if you don't know how to use them, okay? It's just like any other tool. If you don't know how to use a hammer because you're using it wrong, you're gonna think it's hard, right? So you have to start learning how to use it right. Okay, so who the training is for today, you guys want simple step-by-step process to crush LinkedIn. You have a product or service that's business to business or business to professional, or can be positioned as such. And we're going to dive into that a little bit further. Okay, so even if you have a very business to consumer product or service, a lot of times you can actually, how you frame and position that on LinkedIn can work really, really well. Okay. You don't want to spend a lot of money on ads. Guys, nothing that we do on LinkedIn has anything to do with ads. Okay, it's all organic, the way you reach out and communicate with people. Okay, and you don't want to have to be using software and funnels and all that kind of stuff, guys. So we don't do any of that sort of stuff. All right, we use really sniper targeted ways to reach out to your prospects. So why LinkedIn? Why should you be on this platform? The first thing is this: there's over 706 million people on LinkedIn right now. Now, when you look at that number, you might think that's a low number if you compare that to Facebook and Instagram, but actually what you want to be focusing on is who is on LinkedIn. Okay, so one of the big things I want you to take away from this is the psychology of people when they go onto LinkedIn. Okay, when you go onto Facebook and Instagram, you go on there to scroll, okay, or waste time, or look at what people are eating, or where they went on vacation, or whatever, right? People aren't there to do business, really. Okay, it's kind of one of those, ooh, I wonder what people are up to type things when you're on Facebook and Instagram. When people are on LinkedIn, they're in a different psychology. Okay, they're in a different mindset when they come on. They're not there to scroll aimlessly through content. Okay, they are there to do business, whether that's as a business owner, or whether it's part of their role within the company they work for. They're there to do something business related. And this is one of the reasons why LinkedIn is so great, is because people are there to do something. Okay. And then what you're able to do is, for this, on LinkedIn. So I'm just looking at what, yeah. So
Yeah,
no,
Jason, it's about, I'm making a note. I'm making a note, Jason, for you for settings. They can't see each other's posts at all. So
yep. So I've just
it's
changed that
just
so everyone can
FYI.
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
Thanks very
on,
much.
no worries. So on LinkedIn, their goal by 2025 is to have 3 billion users. Okay, have 3 billion users on LinkedIn. Okay, and so the cool thing about this is there's a massive growth phase right now in LinkedIn. They're doing a lot of work to get more and more prospects on the platform. So I always say to people, do you want to be on LinkedIn in 3 years time, 5 years time, when there's 3 billion people on it? Or do you want to be in there now? Right? You want to be in there now. You want to be able to capitalize on the growth that LinkedIn is putting into the platform. Okay. The next thing around LinkedIn is that LinkedIn has been voted the most trusted network by the Business Insider. And again, it's because of the people that are on LinkedIn. They're professionals. Okay. They're not, 17-year-olds that are, posting dances, right? Nothing against TikTok or anything like that. But when it comes to business, they are there to do, they're there to actually do business. Okay, so that is what that is for. It's the people that are on LinkedIn. Okay, next thing is that there are the people on LinkedIn. 45% of the users on LinkedIn make over $75,000 per year. Okay, they make over $75,000 per year. Now, the reason why this is so important is that people have money. Okay, the average income on like Facebook and Instagram, depending on reports you look at, is around $20,000 per year. So the people who have money are on LinkedIn. All right, now this is just individuals. This doesn't even have anything to talk about with companies, because you guys know companies have tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, even billions, potentially, depending on who you're targeting, on income or revenue to be able to invest in things. Okay. Next thing, 80% of people on LinkedIn play a part in the decision-making process within their company. So when you combine these two things, the decision-making power that people have on LinkedIn, and also not only individual earning power, but the company purchasing power, guys, this is where you want to be, right? People that can make a decision, yes, and people who have the ability to pay. Okay. Another reason why I just love LinkedIn, has those combination factors right there in front of you. The other cool thing is that right now there's only 15% of marketers that are creating content on LinkedIn. Okay, this is a very small number. And again, it's because people don't understand what they're doing on LinkedIn. They don't know how to utilize content with a proactive outreach strategy. And so people just get frustrated on LinkedIn creating content, and then they stop, which means what that means is it creates a huge opportunity for you to be able to post great content in combined with a proactive strategy. Okay, content in and of itself on LinkedIn rarely converts. You have to be combining that with a proactive strategy. And then my most favorite number or stat, whatever you want to look at that on LinkedIn, is this: LinkedIn generates 3 times higher visitor to lead conversion rates than both Twitter and Facebook combined. Okay, so let me restate that. LinkedIn, okay, has a 3 times higher visitor to lead conversion rate than both Twitter and Facebook combined. So what is a visitor to lead conversion rate? That's when someone visits your profile and turns into a lead. Okay, so people are 3 times more likely to turn into a lead when they go to your LinkedIn profile, if it's set up properly, right, than on Twitter and Facebook combined. Okay, so guys, this is just how powerful LinkedIn can be for you and why I love it so much. So do you have a question? Oh, sorry, I thought you had a question there, Chris.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure they understood the visitor to lead conversion, but I think you hit that. It's really, but you're saying that stat, is that for across all of LinkedIn, even people that are not doing what you teach? Do you know what I mean? You see
So
that?
statistically, across the board for LinkedIn, yes, that number
Yeah.
is there. So when you're implementing what we're teaching as well and how you're framing your profile, it's even better.
Yeah, it'd be 10x, 5x, 10x,
Yeah,
20x, right? If you okay,
exactly.
got it.
Exactly. So just by using LinkedIn, you're a leg up anyway. But and we're going to go over a little bit around your profile here in a second to give you some tips around that. So, but this is just an example from one of our clients in talking about how you're framing and the power of your visitor to lead conversion rates. This is Tony. He is a financial advisor. He has been in business for a long time, has been on LinkedIn for a long time, right? But he just wasn't generating leads. And what we were able to do is help reposition himself on LinkedIn so that not only how he frames himself, but how he's actually reaching out to his ideal prospects, which are professionals, right? It's not B2B, right? This is professionals that he is reaching out to. Okay, what you're doing, what it was able to do is have $30,000 of commissions, okay, in just 8 weeks, okay, in just 8 weeks, right? This is the power of LinkedIn, which I just love, right? I love that, okay? Now let's look at the secret success of LinkedIn. And when I realized this, it changed absolutely everything for me. All right. And I want to get into some details around this. So the first thing that I realized is this: LinkedIn wants you to generate leads in business. And I don't think a lot of people get this because kind of what I said earlier, they think it's a resume CV type of platform and you have to somehow hijack it or use some sort of weird techniques. Well, LinkedIn's built the platform for you to generate leads in business, okay? They've actually built it for that, all right? And I'll answer that question real quick for you as well. Someone says, is LinkedIn best for people who have business related businesses rather than health or personal development? Is this true? No, I work with a lot of people that have health or personal development business. Not a problem at all. Coaches, consultants, advisors, guys, LinkedIn is phenomenal for this because you're wanting to work with professionals, right? Even health people. If you're like a health coach, would you rather you work with someone who has a $20,000 income or someone who has an $80,000 or $100,000 income, right? Your prospects are there, which is great. Okay, good question. But I want to frame that as we're moving into this because this is really good. Now, one of the things around LinkedIn is there's something called your social selling index. Okay, your social selling index, right? You may have heard this, you may not have. But what I realized is that LinkedIn actually scores you. They rank you on how well you're socially selling. Okay, I want you to let that sink in for a second. LinkedIn ranks you on how well you socially sell on LinkedIn. Okay, when I realized that, I was like, wait a second, they're actually scoring me on this. I just have to do this better, right? So one of the things, you can get your social selling index score for free, by the way. All you need to do is go to Google, type in social selling index. It's usually the first result that shows up on Google. Go to that page. You'll see a little tab or a button on that page that says get your score for free. You do need to be logged into LinkedIn because it won't know what profile to read if you're not logged in, and you'll see something similar to what's up here, right? So this is mine. It's 84 out of 100, which is very high. Mid 70s is usually kind of the top range on where most people eventually reach. But they rank you on these things like establish your professional brand, finding the right people on LinkedIn, engaging with insights, which is basically how you're engaging with people, your content, engaging with other people's content, things like that. Building your relationships on LinkedIn. They're scoring you on these things and they rank you based on your industry and also within your network. Okay, and they give you these stats. So LinkedIn, one of the key things around this number, and I want to ask you this question to frame this, is if someone's looking for something on LinkedIn and they go in and type something in the search, what profile do you think they're going to rank higher in the search results on LinkedIn? Someone who has a low SSI score, someone who has a high SSI score. Well, someone who has a high SSI score. Because what this does is it's showing LinkedIn that you are actually providing value to its user base, right? And they want people on LinkedIn to achieve or experience high value, right? So this is really important for you, okay? So LinkedIn wants you to socially sell. They've built a platform for you to do that in such a way that they actually rank you and score you on this, okay? The next thing is that LinkedIn has a tool called Sales Navigator. Now, it is a paid for tool, but it's a phenomenal tool when you're using it properly, okay? So they've built a tool there for you to help you navigate your sales, right? So let me just explain how this works if you've never even seen this before. So let's say that you have a product or service that you're wanting to promote out and connect with people within the computer software industry, okay? You can see that there. And let's say you're wanting to connect with the CEOs, the chief executive officers within these companies. And I've just put United Kingdom as this result. I'll show you another one here that has US in it as well. But look here on the results, there's over 11,000 results that LinkedIn is giving you for this. Okay, and it just gives you the name of these chief executive officers in the computer software industry in the UK, and they're giving you all of them right there at your fingertip for you to dive into, for you to connect with, for you to build a relationship with, for you to be able to move them into whatever funnel you have, whether that's a phone call, whether you have some sort of training or whatever it is that you have, they give you your prospects right there at your fingertip. Okay.
Yeah, Jason, I'm going
Another
to pause
example
you,
here that
Jason.
I've done for,
Jason, I just want to pause you because I think I don't want this to get too far away from you and others. Is you really hit the B2B thing, and that's starting to confuse people. So just really hit the B2C and how you can search for anybody on LinkedIn. Just talk a little bit about that. Otherwise, lots of people are going, "How does this apply to me? How does this apply to me?"
Yeah,
So
cool.
if you
Okay,
can hit that. Yep.
cool. Let's look at that. So I work with a lot of coaches, consultants, advisors, where they are looking to work with professionals. Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
someone says, "Oh no, I want to B2B." This works for B2B
That's
as
clear.
well, guys.
Yeah, of
It
course.
does
Clear.
everything.
Yeah.
So absolutely,
Yeah.
guys. So this works for B2B, business to professionals, or B2C. So let me explain how you can reframe what would traditionally be looked at as a B2C thing and how you can position that to be to professional or B2B. So
Yes.
here's an example that I always give to people. Let's look at, we can do two, because I actually spoke to a beautician earlier this week. Let's say you're a beautician or you're a chiropractor. It's a very B2C service, right? You go in to a location, you make an appointment, you have a time slot, you got to go there, sit down, wait for your appointment, and you go in. It's very business to consumer, right? What a lot of people don't realize is there's so much potential for you on LinkedIn, okay? Couple different ways. I'll just kind of mention two. The first one is this. Professionals are busy, right? So let's say you are a beautician or you're a chiropractor and you go in and let's say that you can provide a service to C-suite executives, CEOs, CMOs, CEOs, CFOs, all those types of people, right? Well, they're busy, right? Do they want to sit in traffic and go and have a chiropractic adjustment or show up and their appointment's at 7 o'clock, but you're running behind and they have to sit there for half an hour? No, they don't want to have to do that stuff. But if you can provide a service to them where you actually go out to their location, you can charge premium pricing for that. And you get a lot of referral business from it as well and work with people that way, okay? The other thing that you can do is you can reach out to human resource directors, human resource managers, and do health days or wellness days for their staff, whether it's a presentation or take a room in their location and do adjustments or do nails or lashes or whatever, and literally have the whole day filled with clients. And you literally go to their location. Companies are looking to provide these sorts of incentives, guys, right? They want to do this for employees. Employee happiness is a big thing for companies, right? So being able to do these sorts of things, they're happening all the time. As a matter of fact, I've worked with an osteopath that's done this, and they were jam-packed by going into businesses. Now, I know that was pre-pandemic and lockdowns. As we're opening back up again around the world, this opportunity is just awesome for everyone to go into. So there's lots of things like that. If you're a coach, life coach, business coach, health coach, wellness coach, again, fantastic opportunity for you. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, if you're in construction and you're doing, very B2B, guys, across the board, LinkedIn is a great platform for you. So hopefully that's given some clarity on that.
Yeah, and I'll just jump in. I guess I'm the B to professional, right? You said business to professional, business to business, and then business to consumer.
Yeah.
So for most of my clients, I teach people how to create online courses. So I'm actually looking for authors, speakers, coaches who don't have a business per se, they have a practice. And they're ideal for me, so I've just found my audience on LinkedIn. Like if if you have more of a consumer oriented business, somebody mentioned teachers and librarians. Those are actually professionals. So you're probably in that B to P, B to professionals. And I'm glad you just sorted all that out so people could see opportunity for them at all three of those levels, Jason. So thanks for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And this is, again, I help clients understand this in more, and how to frame what they do. But guys, this LinkedIn is brilliant for this, right? And particularly, so B2B is awesome. Like that's kind of a given, B2B, right? So anyone on here that's B2B, if you're not on LinkedIn, you're just, why not, right? Business to professional though, is phenomenal, because think about it. Who
Yes.
makes up businesses? Professionals. They're all
Yes.
on LinkedIn. So it's a great platform for you. 100%. Cool. Any other questions you had around that, Chris?
Oh, no, keep rolling. That was really helpful because some
Okay.
questions were starting to roll in. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, cool. And the next thing I was just saying, kind of around LinkedIn. LinkedIn, again, they want you to generate business. So if you go onto LinkedIn under the My Network tab up here, and you scroll down, it'll actually give you suggestions of people they think you should be connecting with based on your activity on LinkedIn. So again, LinkedIn's proactively wanting you to connect with people, right? And when I realized this, I was like, wow, they want me to be doing business. So guys, you don't have to hijack it. You don't have to do some weird, shady techniques or anything like that. LinkedIn's built their platform for this. Okay. So again, when I realized this, it changed everything. And as an example around this, just kind of what we were talking around with business to professional. Okay. This is Leslie Ann. Okay. Leslie Ann had just started her business. Okay. She was working business to professional. She was actually working with creatives within kind of like TV and production and helping them find jobs. She was connecting people together. She just started up her business. And in the first 10 days of her moving into the Expertly Connect part of our program, she landed her first 5 clients. Okay. And again, all comes down to LinkedIn wants you to connect with the right people. They want you to be doing this sort of stuff. And this is just an example of what Leslie Ann was able to achieve. Okay. Now, third thing that I want to get into, why most people fail on LinkedIn and why you don't have to. So the first thing I want to look at, and this is, guys, I see this all the time and it makes me just hurt inside when I see this, is people's profiles. Okay. People's profiles. Your profile, if you're using LinkedIn to generate business, generate leads for your business, your profile needs to be about your prospect, not you. Okay. The reason why people get this confused is because we think, okay, LinkedIn is purely there as a resume type of website. It's an online business card. When you're using LinkedIn, your profile needs to be all about your prospect, not you. Because at the end of the day, people don't care about me. They don't care about how many years I've been in business, blah, blah. They want to know how I can help them. So a couple things around your profile. Make sure that you've got a banner that conveys credibility and authority. Don't have some weird, unrelated stock image up there. Okay, make sure that it is really geared towards showing credibility and expertise. Okay, your profile image. This profile image is actually all right. Nice smiley image. It's probably a little bit dark in the background, but please no mug shots or anything like that. Make sure that you look actually approachable, right? That you look approachable. The other type of profile image you could have in there is what I call an authority image, where if you have a profile, a picture of you on stage, you can put that in there as well. It's kind of an authority play. Okay. One of the biggest things, though, that I see over and over on LinkedIn is people's headlines, and they make a big mistake on this, where they put a title, or they just put a kind of a framing of what they do on, like a life coach, okay? Or they say what they do, like a training consultant, like what you see here for this lady here, for Irene, okay? CEO, life coach, accountant, fitness coach, construction company owner. Guys, that means absolutely nothing to your prospects, okay? Your headline needs to be framed in a way that when your prospect sees it, they, number one, can self-identify with it. So I help blank. Be really specific on who your prospect, your avatar is. So I help blank to what? You want to put what's the benefit? What do you help them to achieve? Because when they see this, they go, oh, Irene helps me to achieve X, right? Framing this, again, is all about your prospect, not about you, right? And then the next thing, just real briefly about your about section. Your about section, again, needs to be all about your prospect, not you, okay? What's even worse around this one is this is written in the third person, okay? Make people feel understood, okay? Good LinkedIn profiles, when your prospect goes on there, will help them, they'll feel understood. They'll feel like, wow, they get what I'm going through. They get the problems and challenges and frustrations I'm going through, and they can help me overcome that. Okay, stating how many years you've been in business and the awards you've won and all that kind of stuff, it's just a CV. It's just a resume, and it doesn't help. Okay, so you want to make sure that this is geared around your prospect, not you. All right, so that's the first thing, is about your profile. Next thing is around, we talked about earlier about spamming and all that kind of stuff. Please, please, please do not be spamming people in your connection requests. Okay, I see a lot of this stuff where people will just either send a blank connection request, or they will spam. They'll say, hey, this is what we do. Can we jump on a call? Well, they don't even know you yet. You want to add value. Think about how you're adding value. And in your messages, be thinking about how you add value. Don't be spamming, okay? This is really important around this. Think about using LinkedIn like a virtual element of an in-person networking event, right? And you wouldn't just walk up to somebody and go, hey, cool, great, can we book in a meeting? They'd be like, wait a second, who are you? All right, well, that's what people do on LinkedIn. They're trying to just jump in with the assumption of, cool, this is what I do, let's book in a call. No, add value, don't spam, okay? Add value, okay? You want to be, look at ways, can you pull something from their profile that makes it feel personal, okay? Can you connect with them in some way through content? And I don't mean actually a connection request, but can you engage with them through content that they've posted? It's that interaction element. All of that creates rapport, credibility. So when you actually do send a connection request, they're like, oh, cool, right, I've been seeing this person show up, cool, right? It's those sorts of things that can really help when you are doing things with your connection request, and with your messages as well. Okay.
Yeah, a quick thing is just, if they're not in your network, I think there's a little confusion about the connection request versus other ways where you might be able to engage their content or in some way. Jason, do you want to speak to that a little bit?
Yeah. So if they're so engaging with their content, it doesn't matter if they're in your network or not. You can still see people's content. and being able to engage with that content helps people see you, right? Because that shows up in their notifications. They can see that you're engaging and interacting with their content. And the reality is, most people don't get a lot of engagement on their content. So when they can see you engaging with that, they're like, oh, wow, who's this, right? So then that way, when you actually go to send the connection request to them, you're not some random stranger on LinkedIn and they're going, well, who is this? And why are they wanting to connect with me? You've already started building that rapport. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
So
do you, and just so I'm clear, Jason, so they're all clear is, and you're going to get to your model in a little bit more, but you don't recommend just sending a connection request at all without doing some work. Is that correct? To kind of
yes,
connect with them and their content. So neither, because some people are asking, well, what is a good connection request message to put in? If you know, so can you speak to that a little bit?
yeah, and it depends on kind of where you're what you're doing and how you're framing what you're doing. But a good connection request, I'll explain what a bad connection request is first. That's probably a good thing to do. If you're sending something like, hey, I see we're in the same industry, I'd like to connect. Guys, those are a dime a dozen. You've probably gotten 40 of those this month, right? Hey, I see that you're a life coach. I'd love to connect. Like if you just do something like that, it's just really generic. It's the same old type of stuff. So either look at their profile and pull out something that's quite unique, or you can just say, hey, I've seen you've posted some really good content. I've liked and commented on some of that. I'd love to connect with you. Right? Well, what you're doing is if they haven't noticed that you've commented or liked on their content, they'll go, have you? And they'll go back and they'll see you have them, like, oh, okay. It lets them know you're actually engaging with people, or with them rather, right? And they're much more likely to accept a connection request because you're not just some random stranger wanting to connect. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, absolutely. Good questions. Cool. And then, sorry, just skip through that. Communicate in a way that stops people's scrolling pattern, which is kind of what we've talked about there. Also with your content, when you're creating content and posting content, the example that I give around this is if you put let's say you create a post and you put an image of someone on top of a mountain with their hands up in the air like this, what do you think that post is about? It's probably something to do with self-development, perseverance, right? We make a snap judgment on what that content is about. It falls into that realm of we've seen it a million times and it almost disappears into the background now, right? So how can you communicate? How can you create content in a way that stands out? You can use imagery. You can communicate with people in a way that's so different, they go, oh, wow. And it stops their scrolling pattern. This is really key. And again, one of the easy ways to do this is through imagery. Find things that are just real. That's why I've kind of put a picture of that monkey on there, right? Just, right. If you saw that on LinkedIn, you kind of, whoa, it kind of snapped you out of that scrolling thing, right? So create content, communicate in a way, whether it's through messages or content, or whatever, that stops people from just scroll, right? Don't send the same stuff everyone else is sending, okay? So interrupt people's scrolling patterns. And then the last thing I'll say here is stop using hope marketing with content. And what I mean by that is this, and I see this all the time, and you may relate to this. You're posting content on LinkedIn and you're just hoping that people see it. And if they do see it, you're hoping they engage. And if they happen to engage, you're hoping that they reach out and connect with you or say, hey, that's amazing. And then you're hoping they just hand you over money, right? Say, hey, I want to buy your product or service. There's a lot of hope involved with that. So I don't like hope, okay? I like strategy with this and an actual proactive outreach campaign with this, in which I'll get into my model here in a second. But guys, so if you're using content, I get it. I understand how you can be frustrated through that whole process with that, okay? But don't be using hope, all right? Have an actual proper strategy. And this is an example of someone that did just this. They started using the strategy. This is Byron. And he had just started up his coaching business. He kind of in the life coaching space, although we helped frame what he did so he didn't fall in that commodity-based market, just saying a life coach. Got to help them get really clear and really specific on who his target market was so that he was framed as an expert in his field. And he got his first client in the first week of working with me, which is absolutely fantastic. So again, guys, just the power of LinkedIn, how you're positioning, how you're framing what you do. And again, you can see that this is, he wasn't doing anything B2B. This is very business to professional. So it works from everyone from B2B to business to professional to business to consumer, just by reframing what you're doing through that. Okay, so that's what we've covered today, right? 3 things: why LinkedIn is the platform to be, the secret success of LinkedIn, and why most people fail on LinkedIn and why you don't have to. So the question I want to ask you is this: are you ready to finally start tapping into the power of LinkedIn? Okay, put into the comments, yes, I'm ready to tap into the power of LinkedIn. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, here's the thing. You have 2 choices. Okay. You have 2 choices. You can either take what we've gone through today and try to figure it out yourself. Okay. Which is the long road, right? Trying to figure it out and trial and error and getting frustrated and all that. Or you can have someone like me work with you personally and coach you through a proven process, okay, to help you get those results, right? Now, option 2 is obviously the faster one. All right. So I want to talk you through what I've developed called the LinkedIn Leads Method. Okay. And this is a step-by-step process of exactly how I work with clients on how to generate leads and business opportunities from LinkedIn. Okay. And so what the LinkedIn method does is helps you catapult your success on LinkedIn and help you stop wasting time. All right. I don't like inefficiencies. Okay. So I help you guys do that. Helps you start generating leads in business in as fast as a week. Simply simple process that even one of your team can follow. And I'll just talk about that for a second. You might go, well, gosh, do I have to do this myself? No, you can have someone in your team to do it. In the training, I show you how to actually outsource this as well. Now, you're not going to be using automation tools. And I want to talk about that for 1 second, guys. Automation tools will get you shut down very, very fast on LinkedIn. Okay. We're not using automation tools, also spam. So we're not doing anything like that, but there are ways that you can scale this and you're not having to do the day-to-day yourself. Okay. So good news for everyone, right? So it helps you land large contracts. And again, if you are wanting to have speaking opportunities and invites and be on podcasts and partners with others and all of that opportunity there is for you on LinkedIn as well. Okay. So the things you need to be successful is a detailed yet simplified process, support, coaching, okay, and having that handheld approach of actually walking you through that so you have accountability through that and giving you those shortcuts to be able to help you through that. So what we do through the leads method is the first thing that we look at is laser focus, the L bit of the leads method, which is how you're framing what you do so you don't fall into that commodity-based thing where you just go, I'm a life coach, or I'm an accountant, or I'm I own a construction business, right? There are a dime a dozen, there's a million accountants, there's a million life coaches. How do you frame what you do to stand out from your competition and create your profile to do that? So just like we were talking earlier, that by using our process through this, you actually get even better results through your profile. Okay. So that's the first step. Everything flows from that. And then we move into the E and the A. That's kind of a combined effect that we do in terms of expertly connecting. So showing you how to expertly connect with your ideal prospects. Okay. How to find them, how to use Sales Navigator, how to use other tools on LinkedIn. Sales Navigator is paid for. There's some other free ones, but how to use that and connect with your ideal prospects and connect with them and how to do it in a way that adds value. Okay. We also look at content. We look at quite a few other things as well through that, through some of the bonuses that we have, and I'll explain all that and I'll show you what those are in a second. Then what we do is we look at the D element of the leads method, which is direct and close. So how do you move those prospects and direct them onto a phone call or into a funnel, depending on what process you use, and close them into a paying client, okay? And then what we do through that is we look at the S, which is scaling. So how do you then scale that up, okay? Now, a lot of people want to scale first, but if you don't validate that process and get all these things lined up, which is what I walk you through and coach you through, you scale problems. And I don't like scaling problems, okay? I like scaling things that have been proven to work and then scale that up. And so we go through each one of those through the LinkedIn leads method. Yes, scale. So how you scale that in terms of being able to reach out to more and more people so you're not having to do the day-to-day elements of that yourself. So how do you scale that up? Okay. So here's what is in this program. Okay. And we're going to go through this step by step here. First thing is this, guys, I've created over 10 hours of easy step-by-step training videos that you have lifetime access to, and any updates as well, because all platforms, they update, they change, different ways to do that. Guys, so any updates that we have on this, guys, you have access to all of this, all right? And it's literally step-by-step. I've been through a lot of training programs, so there's a lot of fluff involved in it and all that stuff, guys. I don't like that. So it's pure content that you have in this, okay? So all the training videos are in there, all right? It's a $4,997 value with all of these, with all these training videos, okay? The next thing is there are 7 proven messaging templates inside of the training. So these are templates that you can use as guidelines to be able to know how to message people through different ways on LinkedIn. Okay, so they're there for you so that you can take these and you can tailor them towards you to save you a lot of time trying to figure out, well, what do I say and how do I frame it and all that stuff. So guys, we have that in there for you. And this is just through trial and error and things that I've not only used myself, but my clients use. So it's a $497 value through the by having the 7 proven messaging templates. You also have the super simple sales script. There's a whole training in here around how to run phone calls and discovery calls and all of that with your prospects. There's a script in there on how to actually frame it so that you're not actually selling, you're actually having more of a consultation type of call. Because guys, I don't like to sell, right? I like to be able to consult with people and help frame what we're doing and help them see the value in that, and almost then being able to position it where they see that as well. Okay, so we have that in there and we walk you through a whole training. You have that script so that you can tailor that for yourself as well. That's a $497 value for that. And then we also have the pre-made tracking template, because one of the things that I found is that when I was doing this and as I started coaching and mentoring clients, it's like, well, what do I do every single day? How do I track this? What do we need to do? As well as if you do end up having someone in your team or someone that you're outsourcing this to, how do you track it? What are your day-to-day activities on this, right? Really simple, but how do you keep track of this? So I've developed and paid a lot of money to have an actual tracking document where it tracks your stats and tracks your numbers and tracks and shows you what you need to be doing every single day with the people that you're reaching out to. Okay, so that's $197 value as well in that. Okay. Now I do have quite a few bonuses for people that want to move forward with this. All right, because what I'm offering you today, I legitimately have never offered this before. All right, with all of these bonuses that I'm giving you guys, I've done this specifically for Chris and his community. All right, for you guys. So here's a lot of bonuses that we're going to throw in for this. Having a membership site with over 10 hours of training in there is fantastic, right? However, having actual mentoring from me to help you through this process is what I want to be able to help you with. Okay. So yes, you'll have access to all the training videos, but I want to work with you over the next 3 months. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a 1-hour mastermind drop-in clinic every 2 weeks for the next 3 months, where every 2 weeks you can get on a call with me. All right, it's a group coaching call. You can come in for part of it. You can stay the whole time. You can ask questions. You can just sit back and listen and learn from what other people are doing and how I'm coaching and mentoring them. But where I can actually hold your hand through this process so you're not having to just go through the videos and try to figure it out yourself. I'm actually mentoring you through this process, okay? So we'll do that for 3 months. It's a value of $2,994 on that. But I also want to give you 3 months of unlimited personal support from me, where you can email me anything you're working on so I can review that for you. And I do video reviews oftentimes for people. So if you're working on your about section on your profile, if you're doing something with your search, if you're doing, let's say someone's replied to you on LinkedIn, you've got a question on how maybe you reply back to them. I want you to be able to email me that and just say, hey, Jason, look, this is what's going on. Can you review this? Here's a Word document, whatever it is. I want to help you through that through over the next 3 months. So you have unlimited support from me on email. Okay. I'm not outsourcing this to anyone else. It's literally to me that I'm helping you with over the next 3 months. Okay. The next thing we're going to do, I'm going to do a 1-day online workshop where we're going to dive in even further through sales psychology, online marketing psychology. We're going to look at different sorts of ways on how you can apply what we're talking on different platforms online as well. We're going to dive into a lot of things through a 1-day online workshop. You guys can come in and learn a lot more. You can ask questions, all that sort of stuff. Because I really, really, really want to help you guys to be able to utilize what you're learning through this, not only on LinkedIn, but how to apply this to different areas in your marketing for your business. Guys, I've been doing this for a long time. So I coach and mentor people a lot on LinkedIn, but I help them a lot, almost like a fractional CMO, like a chief marketing officer. I work with a lot of people through that as well. And so I want to be able to help give that value to you guys on this workshop. Okay, so that's a $997 value on that you guys are also going to get with this. The next bonus in this is you're going to get a training that I've done on how you can send up to 800 in-mail messages every month on LinkedIn for free. Okay, again, most people don't even know you can even do this, but I'm going to show you step by step how to do this. And it's a great way for you to use this in conjunction with the actual main leads method strategy that we have. Okay, that's a $397 value. You're also going to get another training that I've done in the bonus area on how to send up to 200 messages a month to group members on LinkedIn, absolutely free. Okay, another incredible thing that you can do on LinkedIn. Again, most people don't even know you can do this. But I'm going to show you how to do that. You can use this in conjunction with the leads method strategy that we'll be teaching in the main part of the training. Okay, it's a $397 value as well. Next bonus, there's another training in that I'm going to give you guys where I'm going to show you how you can have LinkedIn send a LinkedIn message to people on LinkedIn once they visited your website. So imagine someone coming to your website and it triggers something within LinkedIn for them to get a LinkedIn message saying, hey, I've seen that you've recently visited my website. How can I help you? Blah, 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 right? Incredible opportunity. So you don't miss out on those visitors that are going to your website, might have started scrolling around, get distracted, right? And then never come back to your website. You can utilize that and be able to send a message to them on LinkedIn. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. That's another $397 value in that training. Okay. Bonus number 7, right, guys? Like I said, I want to give you guys as much opportunity and value with this as well. I've got a bonus training to help you tap into the power of LinkedIn events. Okay. LinkedIn events are phenomenal. They're an incredible tool to use on LinkedIn, but a lot of people don't. LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft, okay, which sometimes they don't have the most user-friendly ways on how to do stuff. And so a lot of times people just don't they just don't utilize these tools. So I'm going to show you how to actually use LinkedIn events. I'm going to show you how to take advantage of these to reach out to groups of people and get people on and get people on these LinkedIn events and trainings and all that stuff. It's really, really powerful, really great tool for you guys to use. Okay. Again, $397 value in that bonus as well. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, this is an exclusive bonus that I'm giving you guys on this. I have never delivered this to anyone before other than my actual coaching clients, some of our personal coaching clients that we've been testing over the last couple months. So this is the first time I've actually done this publicly and put this into the membership sites. Okay. As a matter of fact, it's not even up. It's being edited right now. It'll be up tomorrow. Okay. So this is literally exclusive for you guys. This is my rapid results strategy to get inquiries in 7 days, okay, in up to 7 days. It's a really, really cool strategy that you can use right now, even if you're brand new on LinkedIn, for you to start generating leads, okay? Very, very cool strategy. It's something that you can do time and time again to generate leads over and over and over again. Again, guys, it's a $997 value for that training as well. Okay, again, exclusive training. I haven't offered that before to anyone before. Okay, so let's look at this again. You've got your 10 hours of training in the membership site. $7,997 value. You have the 7 proven messaging templates. You have the super simple sales script, $497 value, pre-made daily tracking template at $197. You've got the profile cheat sheet, $97. Oh yeah, I haven't even said that, but I'm going to throw that in as well, which is the profile cheat sheet for you. You've got your bonus of the 3 months of working with me, where we're going to do the group coaching mastermind calls every 2 weeks for the next 3 months. You also have unlimited personal email support, where I review anything you're working on, okay, where you are, you get that support from me for the next 3 months as well. You have the 1-day online workshop ticket for that online workshop that you have access to, where we're going to deep dive more into how to actually market yourself on different platforms and marketing psychology and all that. We're going to deep dive into that. Bonus 4, how to send out 800 emails for free. InMails rather. Bonus number 5, how to send up to 200 messages per month to group members for free. Bonus number 6, how to retarget visitors from your website so that LinkedIn sends them a message, okay, on LinkedIn. So guys, just loads and loads of stuff through there. I know I'm kind of going through this fast, slow down a little bit, just get really excited about all this stuff because I love doing this for you guys, all right? Bonus number 7, how to create powerful LinkedIn events to get leads. Incredible tool that most people are not utilizing for that, okay? So next thing, exclusive bonus through this for the rapid results formula. So guys, massive value there for you. But I want to ask you this, how much is this worth for you? If you're able to generate 2 to 10 clients per month over the next year, is it worth 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, 500,000, right? Guys, for Jonathan, by following this process, he's able to earn over $12,000 per month. For Jake, okay, he was able to generate over $42,000 over the last 3 months alone through this on LinkedIn. Okay, so all of this, guys, I want you to be the next one. Okay, I want you to be next for this. So all of this you get through here, okay, for only $19.97. Okay, or you can do it in 2 installments of $1,100. But I want to offer even more value to you guys as a fast action, where I'm going to double what you're getting for these first 3 things. So what I want to do is I want to actually, instead of 3 months, I want to give you 6 months of group coaching. I want to give you 6 months of personal email support. And I also want to give you 2 guest tickets to the online events. Okay, so people that if you have a colleague, if you have someone else in business, you've got a partner in business, I want to give all that stuff for you as well. And if you choose to pay in full, I'm also going to give you a pay in full bonus, which I'll just mention here, which is you get 2 30-minute one-on-one strategy calls with me directly. Okay, so it's not group call, it's actually one-on-one calls with me. Okay, so all you need to do is go to here, bit.ly, okay, /leads Chris. Okay, and I'm going to type that into the chat for everyone as well. All right, so bit.ly, okay, /leads Chris. Okay, so you can just click on that link and go to that sales page, but I want to take all risk away from you. Okay, all risk from you. So I'm going to offer you a double platinum guarantee. Okay, double platinum guarantee. And this is the way it works. The first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to offer you a 30-day money back guarantee. I want you to be able to go into the program, look at it, look at the bonuses. And if for any reason you're not, say, no, this isn't for me, Jason, I will issue you a full refund in 30 days. Okay, within that 30-day period, I'll issue a full refund. But I also want to give you a second guarantee after that 30 days that if you go through and you follow what we're doing in the leads method, and if for some reason you haven't had a return on your investment over that 6 months period of time, I will keep working with you until you do. So I'm literally taking all the risk from you, okay? Because I want to help you succeed. That's why I have my business called Impact for Leads. I like helping impact people and impact the businesses. So I'm going to help you through that process. Okay. So it's literally step by step, taking all risk away from you on that. Hey, Chris, I can hear you. Did you have a question through there?
No, just excited to hear all this incredible value in the guarantee. Keep going if you have a few more slides. I was just kind of ready to jump in with you when you're ready.
Yeah, cool. What I'll do, I'll just, that's the order page. When you guys go click on that link, that's the order page. You have the option there. Again, paid in full, you do have the paid in full bonus. Or if you do need to have the 2 installments, you just choose that option, fill in your details and go from there. But guys, there is everything that you get all on one page. You've got the link at the top there as well. You can either type in or just click on the link in the chat that I've put in there, and that will take you to that. But guys, I've tried to go over and beyond for Chris and for you guys because you're part of his community. I wanted to offer a ton of value. I have never offered 6 months of group coaching before, ever. Okay. So I'm offering you double that coaching, but no increase in the price. So just for you, Chris, and your, awesome. And your community, man.
Yeah, Jason, it's amazing. What an incredible value. And I know we have a few questions. There might be more questions, but I just want to say before we get to the Q&A, and please stay on if you have questions for Jason. There's a few that have been in the chat. But Jason, incredible value. And I do so appreciate the special bonuses for our community. That means a lot to me. You all, just so you all know, Jason and I are JV partners, we're friends. So we're always trying to support each other and giving even more value to our communities. So I so appreciate that. And what I really love is that if you look at all these bonuses, there's just so much content to help you be more successful. So much both live and other kinds of content, group programs, live, even the one-on-one coaching, that pay in full bonus is huge to help you move through this process. It's very much, as you all know, not you all know, but for some of you that know in my Launch Academy program, this is a lot of what I like to see is that there's both the training and the videos and all that, but there's live components to really support you. And the bonus, I love your guarantee in addition to the bonuses, Jason, of this is really key, folks, is that he's got 2 levels. Like you got this 30-day, but you do the stuff, you do the work. And if you don't feel like it was that return on your investment, he's going to keep working with you. Like that's amazing. That's not very common, folks. That's a very unusual and very powerful guarantee. Is he wants to make sure you're successful. We all do, right? I mean, you're paid money for this program. You're going through it. You're doing the work. As long as you're committed to doing the work and somehow it's not working, Jason will dig in and help you make sure that you get it done. And here's the thing is, you're paying 1,997. For many of you, you get like 2 clients, and I'm sure you've probably paid for that. Let's say you have a 6-month coaching program and that totals, $3,000 or $2,000. It could be literally one client from this process that pays for it. And my expectation, Jason, is you do all this work, and over that period of time, you're going to have many new clients and new business coming into you. So the expectation in my mind is you're getting a 2, 3, 5, 10 times return on your investment in this 6-month plus period. So Jason's the real deal. He and I worked together for a bit of time. I actually hired Jason as a coach one-on-one. So I actually spent the money to work with him one-on-one, but I've also did all the videos too. My team, we went through it, and very, very helpful. The videos are very clear, very practical. He puts a screenshot up there. So just know you're getting both great content and then and hand-holding from Jason in this program. So awesome, Jason. A lot of great value here, and appreciate the extra bonuses for my community.
My pleasure, my pleasure. And you're right, Chris. I love seeing people get results. I've done this so much with people that I feel confident in offering those guarantees. Is why I can offer them. But I love helping people. I find it really fun and enjoyable. So, again, people every 2 weeks get on a call. We're there. I'm there for you. Ask questions. It's a Zoom meeting, so we can share screens. There's just so much value that we can put into and help you guys through what we're doing.
Yeah, and folks, don't forget, if you're willing and able to pay for the in full pay, there's 2 30-minute one-to-one sessions with Jason. So that's really also very key that you all notice that. All right, Jason, I think there was a few. Are you ready for Q&A?
Yeah,
because there's some that were early on. So go ahead, folks, and type in any questions you may have in the chat, but I'm going to go back up to a few folks. So I think Dr. Nisiki from South Africa is no longer here, but this might help. He was talking about the spamming thing. He says, just seen a prospect yet, it is not. How do we master the approach? I guess he was really talking about the approach of the connection. Like, how do you master that so it doesn't feel spammy? You already spoke to it, but maybe just give a little bit more context there, and then we'll get to some of the other questions.
Yeah, so mastering the process, I mean, that's what we go through a lot of detail in the training. But just to reemphasize kind of what I was saying earlier, you want to stay away from what you see people do as a generic kind of connection request all the time, which is, hey, I see that we're in the same industry. Or another one I see a lot is, hey, I see you're connected to. Well, a lot of people are connected to other people on LinkedIn and they don't know them, and it doesn't mean anything. People see the same connection request over and over and over again. So find something that's personal. We talked about engaging with people's content before you ever even send a connection request. Guys, that's a really, really cool thing. We've seen connection acceptance ratios double, triple, and even quadruple just through that one process, because you're not a stranger anymore, right? Mm-hmm. It's like if you walked, I said, if you walked up to an in-person networking event and you just shoved a business card in there in someone's face and said, when do you want to have a call? They'd be like, whoa, back off, who are you?
Right.
Right?
Who are you? Right.
Yeah. But
right.
If you say, oh, hey, it's great to see you, what's your name? Or, you might compliment it, on their tie or their hair or their dress or whatever, right? It's that initial kind of normal human interaction that helps engage people, and they warm up to you. So, those are the principles behind what we teach.
Great. And I have a question that'll kind of dovetail on Juan Antonio's question about, so you do suggest that Sales Navigator is a must. So you do need to speak to the crew about that. They need to have Sales Navigator to do all of this work, correct? Which is a paid, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sales Navigator is a must. Sales Navigator gives you a lot of extra search filters, and there's lots of other ways as well on how you break down and create lead lists and all that kind of stuff. But it gives you a lot of search filters you just don't have on the free version of LinkedIn in terms of search. The other thing that's really interesting, which when I say this, it's not going to be overly surprising for people, but I've tested because I wanted to know, right? Do I actually need Sales Navigator, or are they just trying to sell me on something that doesn't really matter? So I've done a search in LinkedIn, used the exact same search filters on Sales Navigator, and the results were very different. They were much better in Sales Navigator. Okay. Now, it's not a big surprise, right? Because they're giving you better results because you're paying for their platform and their tool. But even beside that, there are some really cool things that you can do with some search filters, and how you target people, and how there's lots of stuff that we go over on how to use LinkedIn and then use the search filters on Sales Navigator to really fine tune your search list on your prospects. So it's really
you
cool.
Jason, you touched on that only briefly in the presentation. It's a huge part of your program. Huge part is really giving them the best practices and the approaches to get the right people on the list, as they create that. Do you want to just speak a little bit to sort of your teaching, just a light level, but your teaching around that, and then how that then once you start having that flow of knowing who you're looking for, that's where you can start moving to scaling. So just talk about that, because I think that was missed a little bit in the, you couldn't go as deep into that in the presentation.
Yeah, I could talk for hours.
Right.
So I try to get through as much content in the time we have, but yeah, so finding the right prospects. If you're just saying, I want to speak to a CEO, well, great, but could you fine tune that further? Could you use keywords to help you fine tune that? Can you use search filters in terms of connecting them with groups that your ideal prospects may be in, to pull that from Sales Navigator? Like there's just tons and tons of ways to do this. You can search by companies, you can search by individuals, and looking at people as well that are actually active. So one of the things that you can't do on the free version of LinkedIn is be able to narrow down your search by people that have recently been active on LinkedIn, right? So you can pull up a list, you might have 20,000 results, but you don't know if they've been on LinkedIn in the last day, or if they haven't even logged into their account in the last 10 years. And so you're then wasting time trying to connect with people that may not even have been on LinkedIn forever. So there's lots of different ways that you can use Sales Navigator to help kind of filter out people that aren't your ideal prospects and that sort of thing. So really key, so you're not wasting time around that.
And that comes from the L in leads. The laser focus will help you better understand who you're looking for, and then you can use all the filters. And I assume you help people. You'll do some examples on your calls, your live calls, and people will say, "Can you help me kind of think through this?" And you probably do some coaching around that, correct?
100%. Yeah, 100%. So one of the first videos in the membership site is all around positioning and framing of what you do. So how to position yourself. Email me once you go through that training, right? And say, look, this is what my headline is, and this is how I'm framing what I'm doing. What's your feedback for that? When you get on the mastermind calls, you can ask that question again, and I can actually walk through that, and you can hear other people ask those questions as well. And that way, you're able to learn from what other people are doing. So 100%, we go through all of that. So what I'm actually helping you through is not just how, what buttons to push on LinkedIn. It's all of the marketing psychology and how that's framed to use LinkedIn as the tool. Yeah. So all of that's in the training. You can ask those questions either through email or on the mastermind calls.
Yeah. And just to iterate, because I went through this with Jason too, just to really land this for everybody, is we spent a bit of time really getting our profile, correct. So just want to reiterate for all of you that you may think you have a pretty good profile, but when you get in with Jason and dig in, it's like, wow, I can change this and add this. And Jason's going to give you tips on what kind of content to add in your profile, right? So hey, you should have 3 videos that kind of show a little bit of what you do in a way, or kind of one testimonial. And so he's going to give you some ideas, not only in the video training, but certainly in the coaching, how to really fine tune your profile. So it's really doing a lot of the heavy lifting to attract the right person in. So then when you do all this proactive outreach, that profile, they land on that, because everybody's going to check you out. It really feels good. Oh, like, oh yeah, this is, I like who this, what this person is offering, what you're offering. So that's really key, as well as the other things about the searching, finding the right people, and then how you do the outreach and do that in a way that's engaging. And so that's really, really powerful. So let's go to Philip. Hey, Philip, what sort of daily, weekly time commitment should we be prepared to put in for this to work?
Yeah, good question. I'd say initially half-hour a day is a good thing to aim for. If you have more time, that's great. But this is the key around the S bit of the leads method, which is scaling. Okay. If you want to be doing this activity on yourself, some people just love it. They love doing it. They love interacting. They're kind of extrovert people, and they love chatting to people and all that kind of stuff, right? If you want to be doing that, fantastic. But if you don't want to be doing this, I show you how to have someone either in your team or how to outsource this, so that what you're focusing in then is the actual conversations with people, so your leads, right? So you can have someone else do pretty much everything up until the point of you actually having a conversation. And even then, if you have people in your sales team, I show you how to frame the message in terms of how to get those phone calls on, where you say you can lead them into a call with someone in your team. So every business is different, and that's why I show people different ways on how to do this, whether you want to do it yourself, whether you want to outsource this, all that sort of stuff.
Great. That's great. And then Philip, follow up, which version of Sales Navigator is needed?
Yeah, good question. Again, it's Microsoft. They're not always the clearest, okay? But LinkedIn uses Premium and Sales Navigator almost interchangeably. So it creates confusion for people. So you want Sales Navigator, not Premium. Premium doesn't actually really do much for you, but you want Sales Navigator.
Philip, you purchase actually Sales Navigator, and you can get a better deal on an annual purchase for that if you prefer, than a monthly. And Philip says no team. Yeah, Philip, it's just as he said, and I did some of this myself, Philip, is that you can, without a lot of time and energy, and it's all up to how deep you want to go, you just do it yourself. And it's actually quite nice to be that one that's connecting and communicating with folks and going through the search process and then reaching out to specific people, and that easily can be you doing it. But when he says no team, Philip, you can also outsource this to a virtual assistant or to other people that you can simply train them. Here's the steps. You need to do this, you do that, you search for this, so that you can, even if you don't have a team now, you can outsource it. So Jason, I like to say that sometimes people don't understand, not everybody understands what outsourcing means. Not everybody understands what a team. I have lots of people on my team who I just pay as subcontractors, folks, to do X, Y, and Z. So this person is just doing that, and I pay them on an hourly basis. And quote unquote, Philip, they're part of my team, but they're just a person that's outsourced doing some specific task. So it's not like you have an employee. You just have somebody that's helping you to do certain things. So my invitation, Philip, and I know Jason would back me up on this, is just go for it. Sign up for the program and do the work yourself for a few months, or the 6 months. Then you'll start to feel like, I got it. I don't want to do this every day, So always the step is do it yourself, learn it, and then you'll get to a point where you're saying, oh yeah, I totally see how I can just now outsource this to pay somebody literally $15 an hour, $20 an hour to do the basic stuff. That's super easy. As long as you have the model and the approach that Jason's teaching, you get to teach somebody to do that, and it's pretty easy.
Yeah, 100%. Totally agree with you. And actually, there is also people that I can refer you to that can even get it done for cheaper than that per hour as well.
Oh, good. That's great, Jason. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got resources for that. Great.
Yeah. So like all of that, guys, I literally, I want to give you, I want to make it as easy for you as possible, right? Like I like systems, I like processes. And so anything that I can do to help you guys with that, then, it's definitely there. And the other thing as well, to kind of answer that for you, Philip, and to reiterate what Chris was saying, is it's important for you to know what needs to be done anyway, because if you do end up outsourcing that, you won't know what to maybe pick up on if that person is maybe not doing it the right way. So you having that experiential knowledge of doing it just helps you to be able to explain it better for the person that's doing it. So
Yeah, great. And so I encourage you all, I mean, for $1,900, I really just encourage you, if you've been looking for an avenue of additional marketing, ways to generate more business, more leads. I personally have played with Facebook and Facebook ads and building Facebook group, and haven't really dove into Instagram and other areas, but I do know for that B2B and B2P, B to professional, business to professional, LinkedIn's where it's at, folks. And it's really, there's a lot of opportunity here, because Jason said this early on, and I just want to reiterate it. People aren't using LinkedIn correctly. So meaning that's opportunity for you. If you join a program like this, you got the guarantee 30 days money back. If you don't get that return on your investment, Jason's going to keep working with you. So I say, just, this is probably the better platform when you want clients. Right? When you want clients, like you want however they are. And look, I even have, when I say clients, I have Launch Academy. I'm interested in people joining a program, a group program, but I still consider them clients or participants, right? They're coming into my group program. They're not necessarily consumers, right? They're still professionals that are joining my program. They don't have to be one-on-one. So whatever you've got, if you've got an online course or a group coaching program or whatever, LinkedIn can help you with that. It's not just a consultant getting a client, right? This is about also filling programs, but you're thinking of them as a professional or a business person or whatever that wants to join your program. Even somebody said this earlier, is that like teachers and librarians, they're on LinkedIn too. So if you have a course for teachers and librarians, I don't know if you would call them professional. I mean, they're professionals, but a lot of people don't think a teacher or librarian is like a hard-boiled professional. But here's the key thing is they are, right? Yeah. They have certain needs to get better at what they're doing in their bit, or they need coaching or support, or you have something to offer that audience. Anybody that is doing work, I think the only reason we'd call consumers is if you were to sell mascara, maybe you should be an Instagram influencer, right? And then people are buying your mascara. That's not LinkedIn. It's not about selling a product. It's generally selling your knowledge, your programs, your consulting, those kinds of things, not products per se.
Well, like an end user, like you said, mascara, or like a pen or something. But isn't it even then, if you want to wholesale it, well, then LinkedIn would be great for that.
That's
you know?
right.
So again, there's so much opportunity.
Yeah. And and then Marilyn also says, how much is Sales Navigator? She threw that out.
It depends on which country you're in, but it's so here in the UK, it's 79 pounds. In the States, I think it's around $97, but it depends on where you are in the world. It's a different price.
Yeah, it's per month, and then you can get, I know in the US, which is very, very reasonable, it's like around $700 for the whole year. So that's under $70 per month. What is that, 58 or 62 or something like that. So it's not expensive, it's worth it, and way worth it. Again, one client or one, will pay not only this program, but likely the cost of Sales Navigator if you get, if you have a 6-month engagement with a client. Yeah.
And also, because of what I do on LinkedIn, I have access to referral on Sales Navigator. Now, I don't get paid for this. It's not an affiliate commission or nothing like that. I wish it was, because I've referred so many people. But you actually, if you've never used Sales Navigator before, I can send you a referral link and you get 2 months for free. So
cool. I didn't know that, Jason. That's cool. Great.
Yeah. So you have to have never used it before, but you just let me know. I can send that over to you. And again, that's not me I don't get paid for it. So it's no benefit to me
Great.
to send that over to you. But,
great, Jason. So, and like final call for questions, there's still a whole bunch of you here on the line. Thank you for staying on through deep into the Q&A, and we're about 90 minutes in. So final questions from any folks on the content, a little of the process, or certainly the program, if any questions on his Leads Method program. We'll just see if there's any questions there. And otherwise, while we're waiting, if any questions come in, I just want to reiterate that I love Jason. Jason's the real deal. You can get a sense of his vibe, his commitment. It's a great program and a great deal. So I usually, I think many of you that have been on my programs, I'm very thoughtful of who I invite in to share what they know and with my community and all that. So I know that Jason is committed to people having success, right?
Yeah.
And that's so important. Like I know Jason also knows this guy Jake, and Jake is like that. And my friend Jeff Affleck, if you've been on his programs, the people and the quality of the people that I bring here. So I have no doubt, he's got all this bonus and stuff, but the thing that I want to really impress upon you is he's got all the stuff to help you be successful with this, right? That's the goal here. It's not just to join a program, but it's for you to feel successful with this. And I'm excited about it too. We're going to be doing more LinkedIn work and probably not going to be doing much with Facebook and, not with other social platforms, but this really works for us. So yeah, thanks, Jason. I was just going to say, so you just put the link in there. If you haven't clicked on the page to do that, there's the link in the chat. Just click on it now to have it open. As you think about this, encourage you to sign up, now, lock in the fast action bonus, and really looking forward to hearing your feedback for those of you that sign up for the program. Just kind of, let me know how it's going. I always tend to get some emails from people like that join this person's program. Oh, I'm just loving Jeff, or like Jason's amazing, or Jake is incredible with his Instagram thing. So really encourage you to join if you're leaning into, to LinkedIn as a tool for you to generate more high quality leads. All right. So I think that's it. Yeah. Juan Antonio says need to go. Thank you so much, Juan Antonio. I hope you chose to sign up, and Marilyn and others, still a whole bunch of people on here, and Diane and Dorinda, Ed, Glenn, Jane, you guys, it's all great to have you here. Any final comments, Jason? Do you want to just leave with the crowd and we'll sign off? I don't see any other questions.
Yeah, no, I just, someone's asking about reiterating the guarantee type stuff. Yeah, guys, 30-day money back guarantee. And you'll see the value in there. So I know you'll stay longer, but if for some reason you haven't had a return on your investment of the $19.97, if you pay in full, or the $2,200 if you do the 2-pay, over that 6 months, I'll keep working with you until you do. Right. So now you have to be doing the work. You can't just show up 6 months later and go, hey, Jason, I haven't done anything. Right. That's just that's kind of common sense. But yeah, you show up, you do the work. I'll keep working with you. Not a problem at all. How much longer is the offer for? Guys, we're starting next week. So I'd say if you're going to get in. If you want the fast action bonus that you see highlighted there, that's for this session. Right. So get in for that. And I've done it just for Chris. No joke, I haven't offered 6 months to anyone else ever. So yeah. So sign up now. Like you'll have, maybe 10 plus minutes or so after we sign off here. And so encourage you to sign up to get the fast act, the doubling those bonuses of the amount of months. And and PayPal doesn't seem to be available. Is that right? No, just credit card. Yeah.
Just credit card, Philip. Yeah. So hopefully you have a credit card you can use there. All right. So final call. I know some questions are like rolling in here. So any final questions? Otherwise, we're going to do our final thoughts and then sign off. All right. I don't see anything else just yet. So Jason, final thoughts.
Yeah, I just reiterate what Chris said, guys. I'm here to help you. I love what I do. I get a real kick out of coaching. It's why I started up as a life coach. I love helping people. Just kind of as life evolves, I've just helped people online now, and it's good fun. So get in. I've taken away all risk from you guys at all from the guarantees. And there's, I want to be working with you guys. I'm looking forward to you getting on these masterminds and helping you out through that process. So I'm here for you and looking forward to working with you.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Jason. Great presentation. Thank you everyone for being here. Those that you stayed on until the very end. If you're listening to the replay of this, encourage you to certainly to sign up. And bottom line is that things are shifting in the world of marketing, and LinkedIn is still one of those I feel like, and Jason's hit this several times, it's an opportunity for you that maybe is hidden, or like, oh, LinkedIn's just a resume site. So I really encourage you to think about, as you're looking to grow your business in 2022 and beyond, is really think about having LinkedIn help you do that with whatever else you may be doing in your marketing. All right. Thanks again, Jason. You're awesome. Thanks everyone. And we'll see you down the road and hope to see you in the program.
Amazing. Cheers, Chris. Thanks a million, man.
Cheers.
Right,
Thanks,
see you guys.
Jason.
Bye.
Bye.